Welcome to our executive interview series at AWS Innovate Day, presented by FedScoop. I'm Wyatt Keshin. We're here with Paula Wagner, Director of Application Design and Delivery at the Department of State. Paula, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
One of the questions I'd like to explore with you is, where are you seeing advances in new tools and technologies having the greatest impact on improving mission-critical services at the State Department?
Sure. So one of the things that we're really looking at is expanding our citizen development and looking at platforms that require no code. We have a lot of embassies and posts across the globe that don't have the IT people or folks that can really help to build efficiencies. So a lot of our posts are still using Excel spreadsheets and Access databases, sitting on SQL servers that are way past their prime. And we want to give them the opportunity to come into the fold, come into the enterprise, leverage cloud, and do it in a way that we can monitor it and make sure that it's secure and reliable. And so we're looking at no code because that way we can align with our IMOs or our information management officers at the post to help them with building out their own apps. And we're excited to test this out, and we've started with Consular Affairs with 3 applications, and we're hoping that those will go live at the end of the fiscal year. Hopefully earlier, crossing our fingers, but then expanding that out. And we've already done a little bit of outreach, and it looks like we already have some requests from Hanoi and from Mexico City. So we're really looking forward to working with more of the posts across the globe.
Sounds like an exciting development.
Yeah.
And then next is, how has the State Department built strong data governance into its cloud strategy, if you will? And can you talk about how that's impacting your decisions around data storage, analysis, and utilization?
Sure, yeah. So one of the things that State, along with the Center for Analytics, has decided that we needed to create Bureau Chief Data Officers to help with organizing the data across the organization so that we do a better job of looking at data from an enterprise perspective instead of just individual stovepipes across the bureaus. So we just recently, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, had our Chief Data Officer for the Bureau start looking at how, from a diplomatic technology standpoint, we can look at data across. Right now we've got some data lakes, but they're not all talking to each other. We also really want to expand our ability to share data with other government agencies, and right now we're not able to do that. And we know that if we can do that, that really can help with automation of such things as NTAs that spread across multiple agencies and are mostly automated except for State Department. So we really want to make sure that we get on the bandwagon and start being able to share data more frequently. Additionally, we're looking at more tools to help with sentimental analysis, translation services. So as I mentioned in the talk, we're in the middle of building a proof of concept for ChatGPT, but for state. And so that we'd be able to put state information on there and be able to have translation services for our folks overseas, look at large documents that they receive from other government agencies or global organizations and be able to summarize those and look at what the trends are and how that is affecting diplomacy so that we can continue to be a leader in diplomacy for the U.S. and for the world.
Well, Paula Wagner, thank you for taking a few minutes to share some of the exciting projects you're working on at the State Department and being with us here at AWS Innovate Day.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.